Transparency is key. I will get into the nuts and bolts of what inclusive education looks like with both of you soon, but I want to go to our callers. Dr. David Roy's on the line. Hi, David.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Now, you're a lecturer in education, but I understand that you have a son with a disability as well.
I do indeed, yes.
And so what's your view?
Well, I actually agree with the commissioners who actually have lived experience of disability that we need to actually close down this, eventually the specialist SST segregated settings. My son actually does go to an integrated setting now, and the reason that is because the school that he goes to was only able to get funding if they created a school within their own school. So it was actually the funding model from the government that limited them from actually creating a fully inclusive school. And he had a great experience, and that school, where possible, tries to ensure there is as much inclusion across the board within whole school sporting events and arts events and studying classes. But more and more, they have to look to get funding to give the support the kids need. And for my son, it's been a breakthrough because when he went to a mainstream school, the way he was treated meant we actually had to remove him for safety reasons in homeschool. So that gradual process of moving from separation and segregation to integration will lead fully eventually to complete inclusion. And it's what's going to really help our society.
How much change would need to happen, in your view, in mainstream schools, Dr. David Roy, so that it's not, trying to jam the square peg into the round hole?
Oh, yeah. Well, we need to change the way the mainstream schools are run for everybody. We need to think about the number of staffing per pupil that we have as a ratio. We need to be aware that all kids have got learning needs, whether they have a label or not. And those needs need to be individually met. We do that for kids that don't have the label. We say, they're being challenged with maybe in their reading or in their numeracy or in their motor skills because they're not great at sport. And we make adaptations in the curriculum and the way we teach for them. But for some reason, we say children with a label of disability, that's too difficult, and we'll just shove them into different settings. And I think what David with Armstrong there was saying was perfectly correct, that we tend to focus on extremes and say, so we can't do it for anyone. Well, we need to slowly change the mainstream to have more and more children included, and then we'll start to realise, actually, maybe just having a room at the side to allow someone to have, say, a medical treatment in the middle of the day to allow them to come back into the classroom is all that is needed.
Yeah, or a quiet space, a lovely quiet sensory space. David, thank you. I can see a lot of people want to join this discussion.